Hey coaches, appreciate you tuning into my YouTube channel. This week is Simple Week. So we're walking through the different elements of coaching that I believe if you take an approach that's simple and concise, you'll be more successful. If you want more information on any of the videos you're watching, you can find them on my website, fbcoachsimpson.com. Of course, I've just put out my system if you're interested in an offensive system, the gun TRPO system. You can contact me with any questions at fbcoachsimpson@gmail.com. Today, we're going to be spending our time talking about the weight room. One of the questions I get asked a lot is what we do in the weight room, and of course, we're interested in what other people do in the weight room as well. If you know me, you know that I've managed to make a really good hire for our school and get probably one of the best weight coaches I think in the country, especially at the high school level, in Derek Smith. And so now I'm able to delegate a lot of things to him because he knows a lot more than I do. But there were a few things that we went over in the process of me hiring him and then handing our program and that aspect over to him. And those were these things, okay? I didn't want to just be different just to be different. There's a lot of weight room gurus. You see them like balancing on medicine balls and dribbling plates and stuff between their legs, doing crazy things just to be crazy and make a scene. I don't believe in any of that stuff, and neither does Derek. You know, we want to be really, really good at the core lifts and be very technically safe in everything we do. We're going to do squats. We want to make sure we're teaching that and progressing them up. So we're not going to just jump into things just to be different. Everything we do has a purpose. Just like what you need to do on the field, the same thing needs to apply in the weight room. If you can't explain to an athlete why this lift is going to make them a better athlete, get rid of the lift. You know, we're not there to build bodybuilders. We're there to build guys that are going to be successful on the football field, basketball court, or wherever they're going to go athletically. Okay. Second thing is this: be great at the core lifts. Be great at bench, at squat, okay, at power clean. Those explosive type lifts, especially the power clean, are something we've taken a lot of pride in. I feel like those lifts specifically translate onto the field. We put a lot of emphasis on the power clean, and then we've moved to the front squat, really for safety issues and to make sure that our kids are lifting with the correct posture. But we want to focus on being great at the core lifts. And if we get to the auxiliary lifts, that's fun. That's great. That's extra. But let's be really, really good at the core lifts. And we're going to do these lifts year round. We don't have an in season and an out of season. Okay, we will fluctuate obviously in the grind of the middle of the season, and we'll taper off a little bit, but we never leave the weight room. I feel as a football coach, we're pushing kids year round to do sports, but we want them to lift during basketball or we want them to lift during baseball. Well, if you're a football coach, you better want them to lift during football, because that's fair. That's the way it should be. If you don't believe they should lift weights during football, you shouldn't believe they should lift weights during other sports. So we lift weights 4 days a week during the season. I'm blessed with the time to do that. And obviously there's a modified, adjusted schedule, but that's something we believe in, which kind of leads to my next one here, mental toughness. I really believe the weight room is all about building mental toughness. It's about building discipline and building mental toughness to watch kids gain that confidence that they know they can now produce on the field when they see those numbers go up. The one place everybody should always win is the weight room. You should always improve whatever you're doing in the weight room. And it's not always about max numbers. You know, we'll do a lot of things that are competing with each other, whether it's maybe wall sits, or maybe it's push-ups or planks or some type of agility drill or whatever it is. We're preaching mental toughness. We want to push our kids through whatever's going on there. The weight room needs to be a bonding area, but it also needs to be a place where you compete against the person that should be the hardest to beat, and that's yourself. You're competing against you to become a better version of you in the weight room, okay? And then 80%, okay, 80% of what your gains are going to come from, we tell our kids, is what you're doing off of the field. You know, we get you for an hour a day. And we're going to work you hard, and we're going to shove food down you. You know, we're going to try to make sure we're doing the best we can to take care of you in the weight room, okay? If you're in football season, well, maybe we get you for 3 hours a day. The rest of it is decisions that you make, and I've seen that become the biggest change in our athletes is when they started recognizing that their diet and their sleep habits and everything else they were doing off the field was directly linking back to their performance in the weight room, and then by the weight room, their performance onto the field. When your kids recognize this, they buy in. So going back to our simple week here is making sure your kids understand how this benefits them. The weight room should not be a punishing area. Some guys don't like the weight room. You can probably look at me and imagine that in high school, it was not my favorite place to be, okay? However, I got to where I enjoyed the weight room because I saw what it was producing in me. I saw the strength and the speed going up and knew how that was going to help. And when you get your kids to buy into how much this is going to help them, that's when you'll see your results. You're going to fight a lot of people. There's a lot of people that don't understand how a weight room works. But the idea is let's be simple with what we do, okay? Let's be mentally tough. Let's push our kids to be really, really tough. And that can be in all kinds of competitions, okay? Let's be great at the core lifts and be safe. If you're not blessed like me to have a guy who's certified or a guy who's great at this stuff, man, I would spend hours making sure I wasn't going to make sure my kids were not going to get hurt. I want to make sure we're very safe in what we do. We're good in the core lifts, okay, and we're working our strength. Then again, just don't just be different to be different. Be great at the simple things. That's what this week's all about. Be great at the simple things in the weight room. It's all about consistency and getting your kids to buy in. Hope you've enjoyed this. The next couple days will be continuing in our theme of the simple week. We'll talk about communication among coaches, okay, and then we'll talk about other areas where you can continue to be simple. Would love to hear some of your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, you can subscribe just by clicking the button down here. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.